All right, and we are back. We're just about ready to head into our next run, but before that, we have a 10 euro donation from Delaney that says, I made this donation, smiley face. All right, so let's hand it over to Kinnan11 for Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland any percent. Good luck.
Hi everyone, I'm Kinnan11. I'm gonna make a pink puffball go fast. So let's just get in straight into it. I always automatically erase a file even though it's at 0%. So anyways, tech ready for the countdown. In 3, 2, 1, go. So right off the bat, I'm gonna do a Kirby Speedrunning Classic. I'm gonna be trying a mix. So what a mix is that you grab 2 enemies with abilities, and you try and get a certain ability. First try, let's go. So basically, the position on the mix wheel is completely based on the first enemy that you suck up, and you basically, the reel itself is always set. So what you can do is learn certain timings. It's like a 4-frame input that you need to hit, and that way you can get any ability you want. And in this case, we got wheel. This mix has always been like really stupid. I've actually, like, right before starting, I missed it like 6 times. Or more like 10. But anyways, we're gonna try and use wheel as much as we can throughout the run. There's a couple of extra mixes I can do. But there's also a cool trick that you can do with sucking up double enemies, because double stars will kill just about every single mid-boss in one go. So I'll be doing that once or twice as well. There we go. I'm also going to be doing a certain technique called wheel jumping a lot. I'm doing one right there. So wheel jumping is when you hold A and B at the same time. And basically what that does is it takes the speed from the wheel into your jump. So you actually jump a little bit higher and a little bit further thanks to wheel jumping. Like this. It's definitely a technique used a lot throughout the speedrun. There we go. Ah, just in time. Wow. Actually, I didn't need to go for that one anymore. So when you're first, definitely when you're first starting out with speedrunning this, whenever you lose your ability, usually the advice is to just keep going. Because there are so many ability changes throughout the run that it's not really worth trying to re-grab your ability from time to time. Sometimes it's just easier to keep going. Especially because in this game, vanilla Kirby is actually good. So, anyways, this missed boss, we're going to be bonking against the wall for a bit while holding right. Come on, there we go. That way you basically like reset the burning and you can just keep hitting him repeatedly. Slightly unlucky there on the Kabu. There we go. A lot of this run is like kind of dependent on enemy luck. If you get bad enemy luck, you kind of have to learn to deal with it. And there's a lot of luck in the, what's it called? In the mid-bosses as well. They have like a lot of different patterns and sometimes they can just really screw you over. But now we're gonna go on to the first actual boss, which is, of course, because this is a Kirby game, it's Wispy. The Wispy has like giant invincibility frames, or giant amount of them, so you just kind of bonk rhythmically rather than bonking as fast as you can. And that way you make him cry, because he's been a bad tree. And then on to Ice Cream Island. So with burning, you can just like, you can kind of like really cycle them through really quickly, but you can either try and learn to time that, but most people just mash the B button and hope. Nice, I got good luck. That like really weird twisty thing over there, sometimes it'll go into this attack mode where it just spins and you can't kill it, and it's really annoying, and you lose a couple of seconds trying to dodge him. Definitely one of those small things that you can lose time to. There we go. So here we're going to be dropping our ability again and getting a double star to just insta-kill this wheelie. And then we got Wheel again, because Wheel is totally not overpowered. It's not as overpowered as in Catan, but it's close. Definitely like a lot of the routing done in the past like half year has been focusing on trying to get as much Wheel into the run as possible. Actually, an entire section where we used to use Tornado has been like changed to Wheel now, which is pretty cool. Oh, come on. Woo. So right here, if you're fast enough, you can like really dodge a couple of blippers here. Like so. Ah, damn. That last one is also dodgeable, but sometimes he just like kind of moves further to the right than you expect. Ooh. And then we're gonna go into the first of the Mennonite Arena. So the Mennonites basically just spawn whenever one of the other one dies, and depending on which one you kill, it's dependent on which one you kill. So basically, it's a set pattern if you like do them in the same order every time, which is really helpful. There's some really interesting strats there that I tend not to go for because they're like IL only. There's been a lot of IL work in Niddle recently. There's this giant board of best possible times, and it's actually really ridiculous. The run has really improved, for sure. So here with Spark, Spark is a very good boss killer. It deals a good amount of damage and is easy in use, so... And again, because Vanilla Kirby is actually fast, we're fine in using this. In other Kirby runs, what tends to happen is that the damaging abilities are a lot slower to do movement with, so you kind of want to keep your movement abilities through boss fights, but in this run, you can just like keep your damaging abilities through multiple stages easy. Okay. Here I'm gonna go for a slightly difficult jump, and I messed it up. There we go. It's a slight timing there. If you miss it, you get hit, but it doesn't really matter much because we're gonna switch over to Wheel again. Well, aren't I really happy to see it? That's only the first of my Wheel puns. I never get tired of my Wheel puns. I've treaded on a lot of people while doing so. So this is high jump. You jump high with it. That's all you really need to know. It's also one of the best final boss killers because you can, whenever you do a jump, you can cancel that jump, and if you cancel quickly enough, you basically deal double hits on bosses, and we're going to be seeing that against Paint Roller here. Oh. Unless I get hecked by the bad pattern. There we go. That could have been better, but at least we got it. Also, the cute Kirby dances are the best part of Kirby games. Seriously. It always makes, like, speedrunning happy, even though this is probably the most frustrating Kirby speedrun to do. It's like, it's really, like, easy to learn, hard to master, and frustrating to get good at. Basically. So what you might see me do throughout the run, by the way, is like these little jumps here. Whenever you do one of those little jumps, you basically move forward by a single frame when you do that over running normally. So it's slightly faster to just like keep putting them in. Or not a single frame, a single pixel, I mean. It's very small and it doesn't really account for much, but if you've ever seen like a task, the task just jumps whenever it's able to. It's pretty ridiculous. So with high jump, you can really easily tackle these sections. Sadly though, we are going to be saying goodbye to high jump in a bit. And we're gonna switch over to sword. Again, like, I keep saying this, but sword is definitely one of the damaging abilities. We're going to be using it on a mid-boss in a little bit. See if I can get this. Nope, didn't get the double hit. So this is Bugsy. Bugsy is really annoying. If you touch him, he does a grappling move, which loses a lot of time. So you kind of want to stay away from him. I got a pretty decent Bugsy, honestly. And sometimes he does these really weird movements, like, he's probably the most random of all the bosses out there. But I got a really lucky fight there. And on to 3-3. We're gonna lose sword because we need a new movement ability again, so we're gonna go back to high jump. And we're gonna try and keep high jump for the entirety of Butter Building now. If you have anything to say, you can go ahead now.
Sure thing. I'm just going to talk about who we are and what we are here for. We are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners. We're currently streaming our annual event live from Hotel Asteria in Venray, the Netherlands. We're raising money for the Dutch Cancer Society, which is a nationwide organization committed to fight cancer while aiming for more cure and higher quality of life for those already battling the disease. All of your donations will go to the Dutch Cancer Society.
So this coming up here is probably one of the harder Mennonite fights. I'm gonna drop my ability, and I need to be a little bit careful because I can actually destroy it, but you can really create some cool strats there. And I got really lucky on one of the knights there. That was a really nice fight. Wow. Usually, like, that last enemy just kind of floats around all the way, but he just, like, jumps straight into my high jump, which is really nice to have happen. And we're gonna go on to this bit. So we're gonna grab a candy right here. And with a candy, we can just, like, go up here really quickly. And we don't really care anymore. Invincibility candies are basically what they say. And with the invincibility candy, defeating this bonkers is really easy. There we go. I haven't actually talked about these goal games yet. So whenever you end a level, you get this little goal game. And you want to do an input the moment you land on the platform to land on number 7 at all times. And I tend to be a little bit early, so often you see me like not doing anything. That was a missed frame perfect jump, by the way. It's really tough to get that one, but it works. It's always worth going for, you don't lose a lot of time. And this is actually like these little moments where nothing happens is a relic from this game being a remake of Kirby's Adventure. In those sections, the game was actually like a little auto-scroller with like Mode 7 kind of backgrounds, and it was really awesome. Sadly, the GBA is not as good as a console, so it couldn't really deal with it. Well, come on, get in there. Also, a quick question to the crowd. Sun or moon? You can just yell it for me. I'm hearing more moons, so moon it is going to be, which is obviously the bad choice. You guys are absolutely horrible. So this is... Look at that! There we go! I told you guys that was the bad choice. We got bad luck. So basically, during the entire community is kind of split on going for moon first or going for sun first, and then you have the idiots that go for neither. They are hopeless. I'm a sun person, so. Oop, wow, oops. Okay, that was bad. I mean, I already got the bad luck thanks to you guys, so I don't need more karma. There we go. Anyways, having high jump here doesn't save too much time. You can basically get through this bit without high jump just fine. And I'm gonna be attempting another mix here. One off. I was trying to get another wheel. Luckily, the backup is simply a tornado that's right there. It's a cool little strat. I haven't been able to get it lately, which is annoying. Cute little dance. So in the original Kirby's Adventure, this was the OP ability. Like, you would use as many tornadoes as you can. But in Nightmare in Dreamland is actually kind of meh, so I'm completely fine with losing it right there. And actually, like, the biggest tornado section has been completely routed out. And I think that's actually, if I don't mess up, that is the final time you're gonna see tornado. The only time even. It's a little sad. Oh wow, I actually didn't get hit there. That's new. That hasn't happened in a while. So here we're gonna grab Spark again to fight against these double mini bosses. Making this fight a little bit easy. That was a weird bomb timing. Usually he throws his bomb later than I'm used to, earlier, I mean. But that works for me. So I have a pretty low health, so what I'm gonna do is right as the door opens, I'm gonna soft reset, which basically puts my health back at maximum and gives me 2 lives again. It's a nice little beginner strat, but it works as well for marathon safety and tournament safety. Basically, whenever you're not really caring about what ability you're gonna carry into the next area, that's the strat to go for if you're low health. Definitely, if you're planning on learning the game, that is probably the biggest tip I give to just about every new runner. Oh, and I got the strat. That jump is hard. There we go. My jump is nice. So I'm gonna be. He is not dabbing. Tech desk keeps dabbing. Anyway, I'm gonna be trying another mix here. Yo, got it! Woo! That one is probably the most awkward timing of all the mixes out there, so... getting that wheel saves a couple of seconds. Ooh, if I don't mess up. It saves a couple of seconds because we don't have to grab it here. And that movement through the other room is slightly faster. It's one of those small mixes that's been added in quite recently that a lot of people just like don't go for, but I go for it because it's cool. And I like mixes. Oh, wow. So this is Fan. Whenever you touch him, he will grab you. And I have to wait for an apple now. Great, I thought I had enough damage. Come on, give me an apple. Thank you. And from him, we get the throw ability. And with throw, you can basically throw objects. It's kind of like sucking things, except it goes through everything rather than stopping when you throw them out. Which is pretty cool. It's going to be helpful later on. He dabbed. Of course he freaking dabbed. Wow. So right here, this little movement is a lot tighter than it looks. Luckily, and then you can just hold right. And we're gonna go into another Mennonite Arena. And this time we have throw with us. Now with throw, we can like score a couple of triple hits. Except that I got unlucky again. I'm gonna do things a little bit differently. Ah, damn. There we go. And as you can see, like, I'm switching abilities, like, a lot throughout the run. In most Kirby games, what happens is that you pick one ability and you keep it for as long as possible, but in this run, you actually have to switch a lot, which actually makes this one of my more favorite Kirby runs to watch at the very least. It's also really fun to play because just Kirby feels really fast and snappy, which is always a nice thing. Oh my god, no. I'm officially disowning Grump from all my possessions. I totally had him written in my will up until this point. Exactly. He was gonna get my Kirby plushies. Oh, ow. Oh, Luke. So here, because I'm low on health, I'm gonna go into this little secret. In 100%, you would like try and press all of these buttons, but we're doing any percent, so I tend not to go for them, except if I'm really low on health. That one is like one of the easier ones to quickly go for. Still loses a lot of time, but I kind of thought I wouldn't get hit as much as I did. And we're gonna switch into high jump right here, not because of that little jump is faster, but because we're gonna go into another boss where high jump is very important. So this is Krakow. It has a little prelude where you have to jump a lot. So yeah, getting high jump is very important. There's actually like a high jump right at the start of the boss area as well. And then you finally get into the actual arena. Now with Krakow, what you can do is you can two-hit him by canceling right after you pass through him, which is a little bit tricky at first, but once you get used to it, it's pretty neat. And that's Krakow. Yeah, okay, we're fine. So everyone would like to give a big round of applause for the only use of stone in this run. And that's it. So yeah, there's a better ability for falling down quickly later on, so stone is very useless. Yeah, okay, now the entire tech desk is dabbing, except one person. Reminder that I'm very bribable when it comes to dabbing. Knockout also works, yeah, but donations definitely work. It's actually not asking for you to do donations, by the way. That's just like a general theme. You can, guys, have some more time to donate because we have Ball, and it basically does whatever you think it does. It just like turns you into a ball and you bounce around, and it's nice. There we go, and you fall fast with it like that, like I was saying. But it also deals a lot of damage. So with Ball, you can basically just two-hit mid-bosses, which is pretty powerful. We're going to be abusing that a lot later on as well. Let me think this. I'm definitely on a roll, you can say that again. Just wait until I wheel. We're going to switch into high jump and just jump a little bit. So now would actually be a good time to plug anything, or if you have any donations or whatever.
Well, unfortunately, we do not have any donations at the moment, but
Good,
I'd like
then
to
I don't
remind
have to
everybody
dab.
that
Sorry, keep going.
yeah. I'd like to remind everybody that the upcoming run, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, there are still a couple of bid wars and incentives for that run. So you can pick a name for the Eevee, the Pikachu, the Starmie, or even the trainer. Check.
So this is little bit is called, like, this is a lot of spikes. I kind of did granny strats over there and take it easy. You can actually, with wheel, you can do a lot of wheel turning called shast turns, and they're really difficult, and I don't go for them because they're really difficult. And it's just easier to just kind of puff through them. And then we're going to do a little section with burning again. There's actually like a very tight timing coming up with the burning. So right here, you can do 3 burnings in a row. That's actually a lot tighter than I make it look. Took me a little bit to get that one down. And then straight into another Mennonite fight. Mennonite Arena, I guess. These damn Axe Knights. There we go. And then we're gonna go back to our favorite ability. If it doesn't bounce away, get over here. Thank you. Ball. And this is called Swag Ball. This saves half a second, but if you fail it, you just die really, really painfully. And this is also a pretty cool strat, which I'm not that good at, but that was pretty good. And then we're gonna fall down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. You guys are lucky that I'm on camera. There we go. Straight into this bit. Kirby music is amazing, by the way. So again, we're going to be making use of ball here to really quickly kill a boss. This one can go really fast if I do it right. Ah, damn. I wasn't fast enough with the setup. You can basically, even before he starts moving, you can kill him and quickly go through. There we go. They're just like, they start like smiling evilly whenever the little like mini game starts coming up. It's very disheartening. Anyways, back to wheel, and we're gonna be doing a little cool technique in a little bit called flywheeling. Basically, if you turn your wheel right before hitting any water, you will keep your momentum of your wheel into the water, and that's really neat. It really speeds this section up, like that. It's a pretty cool strat. That I feel like not enough runners go for, really. That was a weird dab. No, I'm sorry. I'm not like, no. So right here we went back into the door, into the level to get hammer, and then we're gonna straight out to go against heavy mole. Now with heavy mole, you kind of want to keep an eye out on the lower like spike ball. Whenever it starts spinning, there's a chance it'll like very quickly go backwards, and I got pretty lucky on him, so that was a heavy mole. I can drink again.
Do we have time for a couple of donations?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. We have a €5 donation from Izzy that says, "Hey Kinnan, I'm your biggest fan. Good luck on the runs."
Thank you.
And we also got €5 from Scary Viking SA that just says, "Hiya!"
Yeah.
Thank you for those donations.
So here we're gonna do another mix. Guess what I'm mixing? Ah, messed up. There we go, second try, let's go. There's like a lot of backups for it. There we go. By the way, there's a lot of noise behind me. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's kind of distracting. And it's causing me to lose wheel right there. Yeah. There's a lot of backups coming up, so it's fine. Basically, for Orange Ocean, what you're trying to do is keep your wheel as long as possible. But luckily, there's a few little a few little backups and old strats that I can just kind of go back to. There we go. So one of those, wow, kaboo. I've been getting horrible enemy luck this run. So one of the backups is getting this tornado. This used to be like the old strat for Orange Ocean where you would get tornado and keep it as long as possible. But this time, it's as a backup. There we go. Ooh, that one's always scary. Get in there.
Got some more time real quick?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we have another €1 donation from Artcore7 that says, it's dumb when the player does not get a donation if he wants you to announce the donations, so here's at least a little donation from Germany. And another €1 donation from Spoiled Freckle that says, looks like we're really close to 6K. Hey Chad, I want everyone to donate €1 right now so we can reach this goal. If we reach 6K within 5 minutes of the host reading this donation, I'll throw in another €10. Hype?
Come on, guys. Get him to spend even more money. I know you want him to lose more money. We're at 6K already? Aww. Yeah, damn the 6K. We just want him to spend more money. That's basically the idea, isn't it? It's all for charity anyway, so you can get a good feeling like making someone lose money for charity. So yeah, I did another quick backup right there, getting wheel right back. And there we go. It's like the final backup though. If I lose wheel again, I'm gonna lose like a minute or so on movement. So let's hope we don't lose wheel. Because this section is definitely like one of the sections you can kind of see why wheel is so powerful. And right here, this is where you can lose wheel the easiest. Oh, come on. There we go. Come on. Oh! For a second there, I thought I lost it. So, I am sad to announce to you guys that I'm not gonna call this the Nut Shack, and I'm not gonna call this the Nut Shack 2.0. Totally didn't do that. It's all lies. And we're gonna go on to 6.5. Where we get introduced into ice physics. Now, ice physics are just as annoying as you'd expect. So like at the end of the door there, you saw me do a little jump to try and get rid of my momentum and get into the door. It's really obnoxious in this game when it comes to ice physics. And a little later on, it's gonna get even worse. I'm gonna hope I don't mess that section up too much. So coming up is the infamous Ufo Room. There's basically a bunch of UFO spawning. Now, where they spawn is set, but where they move to after they've spawned is completely random. And I got really lucky there. I've been getting absolutely owned there in practice so far. Wow! They didn't give me ice blocks. What? Okay. Well, this is awkward. There we go. So what was supposed to happen is one of them gave me an ice block at the start, and then you could just instantly kill them from the start. So a really nice little strat, but I got unlucky. I don't think I've ever seen that, have that happen to me. And now we're gonna go on to probably one of the more difficult things. This is a Mennonite Arena with ice physics. So you'll see me like jumping a lot rather than walking a lot. Because jumping like makes it so you're not really getting any of the ice physics. And that was a little bit wonky, but we got through it.
And some more time, we're getting a lot of donations right now.
Give me a moment. I'm gonna do, yeah, I'm actually gonna do a soft reset right here. Probably didn't need to, but we're gonna be fighting against Mennonite. Mennonite is extremely random. He basically does a bunch of different attacks, and he can block your attacks like that one. So you kind of want to hope to get like as little blocks as possible and just kill him quickly like that. That was fine. Luckily, because it gives you the sword, you won't be able to lose it. So this amount of health, yeah, it's fine. I'll keep going with it. So you can go ahead with donations now.
All right. We got a 25 euro donation from Toli that says, Pokemon Let's Go hype after this amazing Kirby run. Loving it and glad to help a good cause. Thank you. We also have 5 euros from Ras that says, hey Twitch chat, let's get this ball rolling. $5 donation train to 6K. Let's go.
Awesome. So this is a cool little strat with sword that a Japanese runner showed us at one point. Shoutouts to Suzuri. You're awesome. And we're going to be mixing for ball again, so we sure as hell are going to get the ball rolling. Anyway. Oh, and I, of course, lost it. So we're going to do the backup strat, which is killing ourselves. I really, really need ball for the upcoming stage, so yeah, it's worth killing myself over it. Yeah, I definitely dropped the ball. You can say it, yeah. Luckily, I can always bounce back, so... God, the freaking dabs. Anyway, this is 7-2. 7-2 is a mid-boss rush where, yeah, it's kind of RNG if you get lucky or not. That makes no sense, but whatever. There's a few little strats you can do. I kind of messed that one up to make it go faster. But yeah, you really want to have ball here because it just deals so much damage that things just go by quickly. Nice. I've been getting really good Bugsies all day, so that's always nice. That was a pretty decent 7-2. Nice. I'm happy about that. I was a little bit scared it was going to go horribly wrong because it's been going well in practice. There we go, and now I can get a little bit of a drink. Stay hydrated. Also stay hygienated. And now on to the rest of Rainbow Resort. Now with Rainbow Resort, what am I doing? Weird movement. With Rainbow Resort, a lot of it is just really difficult movement. The game really ramps up the amount of enemies that are on screen and how hard you have to deal with them. Luckily, before we really go into the hard stuff, we got a little bit of respite with an invincibility candy. So we can just like chill and just use burning to go fast. It's pretty cool. My voice is doing a weird thing. I am now Winston Churchill. At least with the way like the voice goes down at the end. Did you guys ever like notice that when whatever? Right here. A lot of the movement is just based on getting yourself to a point where burning just like does the rest for you. Luckily, we don't really need burning anymore because of these rooms are a little bit weird. The first two are basically extremely random, and then you just the rest is just completely scripted in a sense. So you can just like go through them pretty quickly. There we go. And then we're gonna go into Spark. Now we used to not really keep Spark after this section, but because of like some new strat orientations, trying to get rid of as much luck-based stuff as possible, we did that. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, we have a couple of new donations, and we also just hit 6K.
Woo! You guys are amazing. You made someone lose 10 more euros. I'm proud of you.
So we got 20 euros from Dr. Alpaca that says, no better game to come home and chill to than Kirby. 6K, let's go. 1 euro from Tiny Tim that says, hey all, loving the Kirby run, let's get 6K. Choo choo, cheers. And 5 euros from Grumpmeister, hey Kinnan, dap for the 6K.
Next goal game. Also, this is a really difficult room. There we go. Whew. That didn't look very difficult, but a lot of runs have died there. Ow, and I'm almost dead, which is bad. Okay, here we go. Like I said, I'm very bribable. Anyways, this is a nice little throwback to the run I did like a few days ago. This is like a KDL 1 inspired stage with greens and everything. And with wheel, it goes a lot faster than in KDL 1. Oh, I am gonna grab this maximum tomato there to just get my health back, because from this point onwards I can get hit a couple of times and I'd rather not die. Sounds very painful. And I got lucky on the Kabu, so I can just do this. Sometimes that one can just like really ruin your day and make you lose wheel. I messed up that one. There we go. And I'm gonna do one more mix and get ball. The true baller I am. Great ballin'. And with that, we're gonna round off this this run and go into DDD, which is the one of the final bosses. So DDD also is really random, and I'm already getting some annoying luck. Luckily, you can kind of stop his attacks with your own, but I'm getting pretty bad luck. And then if you just like sit here for a moment, for some reason, the next screen appears a second earlier. I don't know why, but it just happens. And then we're going to be fighting against Orb. Orb. So Orb basically does the same attacks every time, like the same order. He just moves around semi-randomly. For certain attacks, he will just like go to the center of the screen, or for this one, he'll just go to set places. And the idea is that you're trying to just like keep damaging as much as possible. I'm not really getting as much damage as I would like. I should not die here. There we go. And on to the final boss of the game. So for tech, I think you already know this, but like on final hit and everything, the time is. Also a really awesome theme. So yeah, this is Nightmare. With Nightmare, basically, you can only hit him when his tornado goes up into a white tornado. He always does the same attacks, but where he does, like in the same order, but where he does them is random, except for like this bit. With this bit, it's like random where he appears, and if he goes to like the all the way to the right, it loses a lot of time because it takes a long time for him to go over. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Oh, whoa, 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 that felt weird. Okay, so one more hit, and then we got time. Ready, and time. Oh, wow, a 43.22. I did not see that one coming. That was actually pretty good. I'm happy with that. Only 22 seconds over estimate. That's not bad. So yeah, that was Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Wow, I'm still sad it got cut. Anyways, that was Kirby and Nightmare in Dreamland. Big shout-outs to the community for really just making a lot of cool new strats happen and making the run like a lot faster. Like in the past year, the world record went down by like 2 minutes in a highly optimized fashion, which is awesome. So yeah, and shout-outs to BSG. This is my last run here. I'll have a bit more hosting to do, and I'll probably be around. So thank you everyone for watching, and on to the next run.
All right, thank you, Kinnan, for that great run of Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. Up next, we have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, the race between Araya and Wartab. And that's going to be it for me, but before I go, we have one more donation, and that's €5 from Spoiled Freckle that says, Chat failed me with the 5 minutes time limit, so here's €5 instead. 6K hype. And with that, we're going to be running a couple of ads, so we're going to be right back.